Alright, I'm gonna start streaming now. Alright, hey everybody. So, we're back. I had to change some stuff with the stream. Turns out a friend of mine is going to be available rather soon, and we're going to have a fun stream of Doki Doki Literature Club.
That's right.
And I'm going to turn up the desktop volume a little bit, and there we go. Right now, though, I think I'm going to launch the game just to change something real quick. Because I wanted to play the game with the sound off, right?
Why?
Just because, like, auditory stuff.
Got it.
Like, audio stuff happens in the game that's, like, spooky. But also, like, oh, that's different. I want to be able to hear Duncan over the game.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Hey, look at that. Look at all what's going on here. Alright, settings. I'm gonna... Let's see. Where is it? Okay, there. There we go. Return. Alright, anyway. We'll quit for now.
So what are we going to do?
We're just gonna talk with this cat in the background.
Oh.
Or something.
Oh.
Or if you want, we could get started.
Yeah, why don't we just get started?
Alright, here, you take over for a minute.
Oh, you want me on the
yeah,
helm,
until Natsuki's eyes explode.
Okie dokie.
So, I get the feeling that we're going to need a little bit of entertainment in the meantime. So,
alright, hi people. Hi everybody. We're on the live stream.
Pay no mind to the chair that doesn't have somebody in it.
Alright, so I need to load game or?
Magic. Yeah, I guess. I don't remember where I left off.
Right here?
Yeah. That was last week, right?
Yeah, are we maximizing this?
No.
Yeah. No?
No. I'm in, like, small window. I need to be able to, like, break the
visual contact.
The image of the game, like you taught me to. It's like, yeah, it's okay, it's just a game.
Got it, yeah.
And look to other things, like this GameCube that I have in this television. CRT. It's kind of crappy.
So, here it says, I enthusiastically take the book. Fuyu. Pahoo.
Ellipses.
Yeah. Well, you can read it at your own
Is
pace.
this just me, or does yours look a little bit paler?
What is my own pace?
I mean, your own pace.
Kind of like the standard of living.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried to define what's... I know what's the concept of standard of living means. That's relatively easy to define. But is there a standard for the standard of living? Is there a unit of measurement?
No, I don't think so.
I know. Well,
I think the standard of living only works if you have something to measure it against, which works in our case because we have 191 or so countries on Earth. And, like, if you want to compare standards of living, you could say, well, compared to this country, which has, like, middle of the road.
That's what they do. They use GDP per capita or something.
Things like that.
But I'm just wondering, what is the actual standard of living? Like, what is it that you need versus... Because there's potentially no, like, upward limit to the standard of living.
Like, the way I see it, you can continue if you want. The way I see it, right, is I think that standard of living has to be relatively high. Did she just beam me up, Scotty?
Yeah.
The standard of living, I think, should be relatively high, especially given that this is the 21st century. And, you know, especially since we're getting in, you know, really getting into the 21st century, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And the thing of it, I'm gonna look for a joke while I try to.
Yeah, you don't have to. You don't have to go into. Well,
yeah, but like the thing of it is, with such ease of access to things like, well, all the information you could ever need, like with the internet and such technology that allows us to have super workable like appliances and whatever, you know, and various statistics that say we can provide these for most, if not all, the people on Earth. I think we should hold ourselves to a relatively high standard, meaning that, like, standard of living would actually be in the upward end of the spectrum where we now see it. You know, like, the actual standard of living would be somewhere along the lines of something you see in Western Europe.
Okay, so here we go. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry. I was just spacing out.
Okay.
I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh.
Oh.
It's fine.
Now I'm pretty sure I heard squeaker.
If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. I let her outside. But I'm just rereading a bit of this. So, oh, look at her eye.
Oh, hey, look at that.
Is it going to keep floating?
Yeah,
It is. It's floating.
Oh, look at that. Can we just take a screenshot of this? Here, how do you print screen, right?
Yeah.
Let's open MS Paint real quick.
Look at her eye.
Yeah, hold on. Here, let's
crop it.
Yeah, let's crop it so that it's like just
this little screen.
Just like the window. Yeah, you just crop that. That's fine.
You gonna save it?
No, hold on. Let me.
That's pretty funny.
Where's text? Here it is.
Yeah.
So I can text.
Yeah, you have to click somewhere.
Yeah.
What do you want to type?
There we go.
Let's save it.
And then just click outside. I think that's how.
Out here.
I wonder what could possibly be wrong with this picture. Zombed. I got it. It's the closet doors. Save it to pictures. Save it to floating eye. Isn't that just precious?
That is precious. Now let's go back and see.
What horrible amalgamation of the oh my god, it went further! Alright, keep going.
That's the book you gave me, right?
Dude, that is so funny.
I wanted to reread some of it. Oh, her eyes back in place.
To normal.
Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book? Ah. Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... Ah, that's not what I meant.
Bad.
I mean,
beam me up,
just
Scotty.
happened to buy 2 of them. Ah, I see.
Beam me up, Scotty.
There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decide to let it go.
She likes you, is the thing. Also, she has a knife.
I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Alright, do you have a joke ready?
Yeah. I'm going to live forever or die trying.
Yep, that's exactly
You know what?
right.
I'm gonna say that to somebody. I'm gonna be like, you know what? I'm going to live forever or god damn it, I'm gonna die trying.
Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down.
That's pretty good.
It's a very engaging and relatable story.
Okay.
Is that so? What's the story about anyway?
Yes, it's the story of how I murdered everyone.
Well, I look at the cover of the book. The book is titled Portrait of Markov.
You open it, it's just a picture.
I guess.
It's labeled as like, this man is named Markov. It's just a picture of him.
There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover.
It's the Illuminati.
No, it's just her eye that floated over all the way to the cover of the book, right?
But here's the question: is her eye the Illuminati?
I don't know. Basically,
wonder.
It's about this religious camp that was turned into a human experiment prison.
Oh, well, wasn't it that already if it was a religious camp, like in the Middle Ages?
Maybe.
You know, I mean, you seen the torture devices?
And the people trapped there have this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood.
Sounds like your kind of thing, Yuri.
But the facility gets even worse, and they start selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs and affixing them to... oh, that might be a little bit of a spoiler. Well, no, I think you've pretty much just described about... all you've left out is what they affix their body parts to.
Right.
Everything else is kind of
They
laid
cut them
out.
off and fix them to something.
Right.
Like, what's that?
A tree.
They put them on a pizza. They make people pepperonis.
But anyway, I'm really into it. The book, I mean.
Yeah, okay.
Not dismembering, I assume.
Well, I mean,
I don't know.
given that it's this game.
No, not the thing.
Not the things
about the limbs.
Well, I mean, okay.
That's kind of.
I mean, if you do
it's
it
kind
with,
of dark, isn't it?
I mean, you probably cut somebody's arm off and make pepperoni out of it. Put it on pizza.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it tastes pretty good, probably. I wouldn't know because I haven't tried it, but I don't know. You just gotta get the consent from the person and take the body when they're dead and whatever, and them.
So she's she's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that this kind of story, it's the kind that challenges you to look at life from a strange new perspective.
As opposed to
a
strange old perspective?
Well, I guess it could be.
I mean, yeah.
But the thing of it is,
yes,
there doesn't have to be dismemberment to be strange or new.
Well, if it's strange and old, then it probably...
When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil. Oh, look, Alexi.
Oh, look at that. We're all worthless anyway. Isn't that nice?
Then suddenly...
I'm rambling.
I'm rambling, aren't I?
Hey.
No, but you are repeating yourself.
I mean...
Not again. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest over anything.
Yes, the whole line of... What was that text even saying again? The world is full of horrible people.
Yeah.
It's like,
and then it said something's going to happen.
Cynicism.
Well, I guess it's all right then.
But then suddenly somebody dropped a 500 billion megaton nuke and killed everybody in the world, and there were no horrible people left at the end.
Because there was no people left.
Yeah, but that's all the horrible people gone too.
Got it.
See.
So that's the old throwing the baby out with the bathwater, huh?
Yeah, I mean, you can't have bathwater if there's no baby.
All right, everybody. Ready?
Burt's Bees.
No, this is not Burt's Bees. This is...
just generic chapstick.
No, this is EOS. EOS.
I don't know what that means, but okay. Product placement. We better get sponsored for this.
Yeah.
Halls, sponsor us. There's Halls. You can't see it, but there's Halls. There we go.
So
look at the camera.
Yeah.
Look at it. Look at it.
But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem.
Yes, this is a problem that involves stabbing people.
When I
or murdering everyone.
When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts.
Oh, so demonic text happens.
Yeah. I kind of forget to pay attention to other people.
That's fine.
So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange.
Not murdering them from not paying attention to them.
I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all.
Dash.
Well, that's true.
Or not dash.
In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right?
Yeah.
Aha! You saw that, didn't you?
That kind of scared me.
She's a demon. No.
She's evil. Okay. That startled me.
Okay.
It was like, whoa.
I mean, you don't have to, but...
She's turning into Missing No. Did you notice?
What are you saying? Turning into what?
Missing No. Have you seen Missing No? Oh. Or alternatively, Sabrina from the first-gen games.
Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. All right, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Oh, she looks like she's about... that she knows she's about to kill you, but is, like, afraid of her impulses.
She doesn't want to do it.
Yeah.
Hey, dude.
Are you sure? What?
The answer is melancholy.
What's the question?
What kind of salad can you make with cantaloupe and lassi?
Oh.
That's not that good.
Are you sure?
I just thought it was kind of clever that they put like a riddle in there backwards.
It's clever, but it's also gross.
You know what else is gross? When you murder everyone.
Yeah, well, yeah. You
Pull
seem
my
a
hat
little
down.
apprehensive. Oh, you're like really worried about this?
Yeah, like
That's. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is reading in company with someone. I see. You've ever been to a library? Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. All right.
what's green and says blub blub?
I don't know.
A green blub blub. What's blue and says blub blub?
I don't know.
Nothing. There's no blue blub blubs.
That's pretty funny.
There's none of those.
Because that's like a completely fabricated world.
Yeah.
In the infinite universe theory, that joke is a universe in itself.
That.
I open the book and start the prologue. Did you already find another one?
Yes.
All right, go lay it on me.
Okay. What's green and will what's green and will kill you if it fell out of a tree?
I don't know.
A pool table.
That's a good one.
Just imagine. Yes, a lovely walk through the forest.
That is a good one.
Woo! Oh, man.
I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I
she
read.
comes at you with a knife,
It's not a particularly bad thing, maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. Like physically in there?
She's right there. She's like, you probably should let her out of there.
Right.
You're keeping her prisoner for so long.
I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead.
Okay, cool.
Sorry.
Sorry? This sounds like a hot
I was just bathing.
Yeah.
I can't read that. It's
like
too
it
fast.
I think that's part of the game. Like what it does to screw with you is like the text goes too fast. But,
Yeah.
like, come on.
Yuri.
Somebody like clip that, slow it down so that we can read it. So
Yeah. Yeah. Do that, and then message us when you've done it. Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? Don't you? Did I move out of that? Yeah.
Oh, you did.
I do. I don't really mean to. I'm sorry. I knew she was going to say that.
Yeah, well then.
I mean, oh look, her eye disappeared altogether.
No, that's not like a...
It's gone, dude.
That's not a spooky thing.
I know, but it's just gone.
Yeah, it's just an effect.
It just doesn't scare me at all.
No, I know. But that's not meant to be spooky.
I'm just messing with Lubert.
The door guy?
Yeah, here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, and then hold my book more between the two of them. Well, that was smart.
I actually have the feeling that I can't handle this game, like, just right now.
I suppose so.
The anticipation of something happening alone is making me work up a cold sweat.
Well, what about your bud? What's his name?
Duncan.
Duncan. Is he gonna? How will we know?
Yeah,
if he's
here,
in
hold on.
there?
Let's check Discord.
Maybe go here.
No.
Oh, sorry.
It's a little window down here. Get the Discord app.
I don't want to get to this.
Okay, Brandon will be here too. Okay. All right. I'm gonna start a call. How do we start a call? God dang it.
Up there?
Aha. Start video call.
So you sure you want me in on this as
Yes.
we're on live TV here?
Yes. Yes.
I'm going to be the guinea pig that goes through the screen.
Yes, because you're the one person who probably will not be scared by any of this.
Hello?
Hello? Hello? Is it the return of Alvin?
Hello?
Duncan?
You there, Dad? Do I even have this thing on? I do not.
Genius.
Why does it say that it's picking up my mic when it's not even on?
That's,
Hello?
Hello? Yeah, we can hear you.
There we go. That was weird.
All right.
Could you hear me that entire time?
Yes. Could you hear us?
My mic wasn't turned on.
Oh, was it not?
How
Can
did
we
you
put this down?
What?
It's kind of spooky.
Like, it was saying that it was picking up my mic, even though my mic was turned
Yeah.
off.
Anyway, my dad's playing this round because
Yep.
he's unscarable. He's unspookable.
Hello, gentlemen.
Nice to meet you, by the way.
Yes, nice to meet you as well.
Awesome. We got, hopefully. Wait. I gotta check something. Or say some stuff.
Hello. It is
Okay.
Oh yeah, it's all coming through.
Good. Desktop audio is picking up. Cause last time, like, we couldn't. I could hear you, but the stream could not. So I just look crazy.
All right. So do I keep going?
Yes, I got.
Do I have to read it?
Well, I mean, yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably. Once we lean in each a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. Feels like my left
Yes,
arm
your
is in the way.
shoulders are touching. That's a bad sign because Yuri's gonna stab you from all that missing no glitch that she almost became earlier.
I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page.
It's okay. I'll do it for you with my knife that
Here.
is very sharp. That I'm. showing
Uh-oh,
you.
look out. Different
look at
view.
that.
Yuri takes her left arm
I
and
bet
holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger.
I bet there's gonna be some trickery in this bit too.
I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. Well, congratulations, you've mastered holding a book together.
Yes, that is how you hold a book, I believe.
That
Just
way.
so you know, if you're trying to screen share, it's just the black.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah. Here,
whoops,
hold on. Let me
sorry.
screen share. I don't think I pressed the button. Turn on screen share. Yeah, sure.
Share.
Back to the desktop. Oh wait. All right, there we go.
All right, so they're turning a page together. Put in.
Can you see it? Can you see us?
Yeah, or I cannot see you guys, but I can see the screen.
Oh, okay. Well then,
All right,
you just have to visualize.
put in holding it like this. We're huddled even closer together than before. Actually, you weren't together before.
I mean,
It's
sure.
actually kind of distracting me.
Oh really?
Well, of course it is.
This is getting interesting.
And
Oh,
corner my vision. Are you
Hold on,
ready?
before you
Here
continue.
it comes, Alexi.
Before you continue,
What?
Duncan. So we got to the part where Yuri starts saying stuff in the magazine cutout style of text. Oh my God, it's Brandon. Hold on, don't continue. Don't do it. Brandon, can you hear us? Earth to Brandon. Brandon, are you able to hear us?
Sounds like not.
No?
Ooh.
Are you guys good?
Yeah, we're good.
Alright. Oh, on camera. Look at that. Okay. Brandon, can you hear us? Just gotta confirm.
I don't think Brandon can.
Well, crap. He's just kind of there.
Yeah, he's just shy. Say hi, Brandon.
Hello, I don't want to be a part of it.
Alright, Brandon. Cool,
Brandon
bro.
watched me play through this on the same run.
Yeah, here, hold on.
Brandon is scarred for life.
Screen
Go
share.
back to the desktop. We're already doing screen share. Go back to the desktop so we have stuff to look at. Okay.
All right, I'm going.
So, are you
We're
ready?
Back to black
So, Duncan.
Back to black screen.
It's back to- Is it good now?
It's like
Hold on.
No.
Turn on screen share. Entire screen. Share.
There we go. Now we're good.
Alright. If I go back to the desktop, will anything happen?
I don't know. Let's find out.
I did it.
Looks good.
It's good?
I
Alright.
can see it.
all right. Here we go.
So we got to the part where Yuri starts saying like magazine cutout words.
Yep.
to turn the page.
So like what's gonna go on after that?
Sorry.
Who knows? Find out.
Oh,
That's right.
Great.
I
I'm
think I
so
got a
glad
bit
you're here
distracted.
and comforting for me.
And our eyes meet. Like literally, they meet.
Yes, they meet. They met in the town square that one time. Her eyes were sort of passive aggressive. I didn't like them.
I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her.
Definitely didn't want to take them out to the movies.
Ah, that's okay. You're not as used to reading right. I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer.
It feels so condescending.
But
Because look, I know how to read.
it's like, screw you, I know how to read.
It's probably the least I can do.
It's like when Ross in that one episode is like, no, I can draw a circle, and then Barry was like, ow, my feelings.
Since you've been so patient with me.
Because like drawing a circle is hard. A lot of people don't realize that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
We continue reading. This is riveting.
We should start a sick beat.
Yuri
out of
no
this.
longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page.
She just stabs you anyway.
Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition.
And then she gives you paper cuts on purpose because she's evil and out to get you.
I often use my own volition to turn things.
He's starting off her paper cut.
We continue the first...
Wait, what?
Don't worry about it, please.
What did you say, Duncan?
We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page feels like an intimate exchange. Good grief, dude.
Yes, it's
Yeah, I know.
You should just get a room already and have do that with
No.
hot, steamy, like magazine cutout letters floating in the background.
My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb.
And rips it violently.
Hey, Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit.
Yes.
Crazy, dismembering lunatic.
Yeah, that. Oh, yeah.
Hey.
Oh, but you, dude, look at the smile. She's totally, like,
And she's
crazy.
sweating profusely. It looks like.
That too, but that's normal.
No, I don't realize.
That's normal.
I don't relate to this character at all.
But you
Definitely
said it was
not.
a relatable book. Plothole.jpg? That's a plot hole, you know?
I was just thinking the way she second guesses things she says and all that.
Hey, she's looking at me.
That's what you were talking about.
Hold on, don't go on yet.
Why not?
I want to show Duncan something.
Okay.
So Duncan,
Yeah.
something that was I'm assuming intended to be creepy happened, but it ended up being just super hilarious, and I have to send it to you. So I'm gonna. How do I attach a file?
It looks like you don't. No, wait. What about this? What's this thing? Right
Oh.
here? No.
Yeah, right there.
Oh, hey, look at that.
Yeah.
All right, pictures.
Yeah.
Where is it?
It was there. Floating eye.
Look at
Ah,
that.
jeez, I just punched your screen.
There it is.
Add a comment. Option. Wait. Comment.
I already put a comment on the picture.
Comment.
A comment is just basically the text under it.
Great.
Great.
Great. Neil. Thanks.
Wait, what?
There you go.
Look at that.
Well, it's just a comment. It doesn't apply to the picture.
You see that?
Yep.
The closet
That's
door is
what
open.
happened.
It is a sign. It is an omen. Oh man, things are going to start happening.
All right.
Totally don't worry about that floating eye and ever. That's just normal.
All right. Sorry, I thought you meant ellipses. Something else about her.
That she's a dismembering
else?
lunatic.
That's
because
right.
that is what I meant.
No, never mind.
No, never mind.
We didn't even get that far yet.
Yes.
So I don't know why that came into my head.
Dude.
Yuri, are you feeling all right?
No.
Look how her face changed right here.
Yo. If
She's getting irritated and murderous.
If the bouncer gets drunk, who throws him out?
I don't know who.
I don't know. That's the question.
If
the bouncer at the club gets drunk, who's responsible for throwing him out of the joint?
Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading.
Clones are people.
You can
too.
rest if you're feeling sick or something. God.
These jokes are so bad.
Your
but
breathing
so
is a
good.
little.
My
breathing?
Yes, breathing.
Yuri puts her hands on her chest.
She also
as if to feel her heartbeat. Her chest.
And then she's
only got one.
And then she discovers that she has no heartbeat because she's a murderous ghost maniac.
I didn't.
I made that one up,
even
though.
notice
That didn't
ellipses. Anyway, I'm fine. I just need some water. All right, don't push yourself.
Just need some water.
Okay, scene change.
Shit's gonna happen.
Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the classroom.
She runs.
What on earth was that about?
She
oh,
Sonic
good grief!
rushes.
There's another.
Hey, it's Monica. She
Alexi?
doesn't do any like in your face creepy stuff, right, Monica?
Not to my knowledge, but I mean, who knows?
Oh. Did something
I don't know.
happen? Just now?
Monica usually makes her creepiness by breaking the fourth wall in every conceivable way. I remember last time, hold on. I remember last time she was in front of the text box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, look at her now. She's doing some kind of
like that happened.
hillbilly jig. Ha ha ha. Don't worry, I believe you, silly.
Yo, I don't know if I'm gonna be capable of finishing.
You can
this
sit
game.
here. Come on, I'm the
No,
one.
no, but like,
Alright.
but like, you know, obviously, I have you, and this is great. But like,
After I leave,
I
after
believe in you.
be
after
brave,
you
son.
leave,
Be brave.
uh,
All right.
Exactly.
I believe in you.
If you say so. Anyway,
If you
why
say
don't we
so.
start with sharing our poems with each other?
Okay.
A, you
B C
hoser.
D E F G.
Yeah.
Shouldn't we wait for Yuri? Yeah, she might be out for a while. She's hacking up the teachers down the hall
Oh, that.
with her axe.
I didn't know she had an axe. I thought she was a knife kind of person.
Oh, look out.
I'm just gonna
so
fiddle
we
with this
just
controller a bit.
started without her. Is that okay? Yeah, I was just asking. I stand up. The end.
You stand up and give the State of the Union address. Little
I
did you know you
made
were the President of the United States.
A mental note of where I left off in the book, then let it slip. Then slip it back into my bag. Here goes. Oh wait, we have a choice, Alexa. You gotta help me make this choice. Who should I show my poem to first?
Monica.
Oh yeah, I don't think the order matters too much, but I could be wrong on that.
All right, here we go.
Show
You
it
want
to me.
Monica?
Yeah,
All
sure.
right. I should start. Well, yeah, we just chose Monica. Yesterday, she seemed eager to read my poem, and I want her to know I'm putting in effort.
Okay.
Hi, Alexi. And you're going to read the poem, right?
Yeah, I'll read the poem.
Having a good time so far?
The poem's just getting more and more fun.
Oh, really? This is gonna be great. The poem's probably the one thing I'll feel comfortable reading, like on a. I'm always listening, just like the KGB. Also the NSA.
Anyway,
Try to find
want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to because otherwise the plot crashes right here.
Hey, what if he says no? Then the plot can't advance,
Alright,
and then we don't have to play this game.
He just turns
Wouldn't that be
around and
great?
walks out.
Cat, too.
Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my
I mean,
poem.
You.
Well, this stinks.
Great job.
Great job,
Oh,
Alexi.
she's gonna give us like her poem to read, right?
I was going ooh in my head while reading it.
Ooh.
Sure you
Ooh,
were.
good poem. Ooh, good
It's
poem.
really metaphorical.
Ooh, I'm gonna stab you. Ooh, what?
I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect Scrum the Child Diddler. Good grief.
That's one of my Steam friends. I don't know why. He changed his name. That was not his name before.
Oh. Was it? What's that guy's name that always plays Star Wars Battlefront? The dude in the
Django Fett.
No, the other guy that's really good at the X-wing and TIE fighter.
Damon Art.
Damon Art. Yeah, that guy kills me like 40 times every time I play.
Me a new one. Yeah, he that's on Origin though.
Oh, you're right.
But like, yeah, so Duncan, we play Star Wars Battlefront sometimes, and we play Fighter Squadron because it's awesome. Because you get to fly around in the X-wing, and there's this one guy who I'm friends with Origin. I'm friends with on Origin now, but like before he would just rip everybody a new one. Me and my dad included. His name is Damon Art 85, I think.
Suddenly the door opens. Here's some action. Yuri, I'm back.
She's back. Is her eye gonna float out?
Did I miss anything?
No,
not really. Just Alexi's poem.
That and the murderous rampage that I just had.
Well, we all started sharing our poems with each other. A. Why'd they say A?
B C D E F G H I J K elemental.
Already. I'm sorry for being late. No need to apologize.
Where were you on the day of today? What?
We still have plenty of time, so I'm more glad that Jeez, I can't read. Next slide. All right. Thanks, Monica.
It's the game, man. I'm just kidding.
I suppose I should go get my poem now. Well, anyway, do you want to read my poem now?
Sure.
Don't worry, I'm not very good. That's probably right. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims not to be very good.
President of the club.
Enough small talk. Get to the poem.
All right.
Here you go, Lexi. Go ahead.
Hole in wall. He said he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glance at my surroundings, but my burned eyes can no longer see color. Are there others in this room? Are they talking? Or are they simply poems on flat sheets of paper? The sound of frantic scrawling playing tricks on my ears. The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's right there. He's right there. Swallowing my fears, I brandish my pen.
Swallowing my pen, I brandish my fears.
Yeah, that.
That would have been a better poem.
That'd be better. That's like surprisingly not that fourth wall breaking for Monica. I think her other one about the... Duncan, you alive still?
Yes.
Okay. I think her other one about like the hole in the wall where like it was her looking out and the other guy looking in. I think that was a little bit more fourth wall break than this. Overall, I'd give 7.8 out of 10. Not enough fourth wall.
So Monica
destruction.
says she has some sort of epiphany. It's been influencing my poems. An epiphany.
An epiphany. Have you accepted the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ? I mean,
I'm kind of nervous to talk about the deep stuff, stuff like that.
Devout epiphany.
But maybe after everyone got better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point.
And you want to kill everyone.
If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress.
All right, she said this.
Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, she didn't say this before.
Another way to think about this, if you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink.
Yeah, it sucks.
Wow, I never thought of that. So just move your hand and go with the flow.
Yes, the flow tells me to make a seismograph.
That's my advice for today.
Okay.
Thanks for listening.
When did we start streaming?
For me, it was 7:15. 7:10, 7:15.
Like 10.
10. So I'll cut out at the 10 mark so you can get in the seat and start playing.
Huh?
The Okefenokee Literature Club.
The Okefenokee. No, dude, the deal was you play till Natsuki's eyes explode out of her brain. The deal.
Well,
we struck a deal, my dude.
I also have a...
I paid good lobbying money for this.
I have an appointment with your sister to watch a movie.
Goddamn. Oh, right.
Who should I show this my poem to next?
Show it to Yuri.
Why not Natsuki? Isn't it her eyes that blow up?
Oh, that's true. No, well...
You want to avoid...
Go with Yuri because we're going with Yuri because Yuri is best girl. Right?
Yuri is staring blankly at us.
Also...
As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. These folks are Canadian, apparently.
I got a good one.
What was that? Okay, you have a joke, Alexi?
Why didn't Noah swat those 2 mosquitoes?
Because they were the only ones on his ark?
Why did he not kill them dead?
I don't know.
But why? That's the question. Why did he not do that?
Oh.
Why did he allow mosquitoes to live?
Did I say that out loud? What?
Mash buttons.
She covers her mouth, covering her face.
Did she say butt? That W followed by... He's going to hate me. Oh, hey, we can read Yuri's thoughts now.
You can hear this?
Yes, the main character is secretly Betazoid, and he can read your thoughts.
Anything wrong, Yuri.
I don't know if anybody watches Star Trek.
You poser. Now we're down to one word at a time. I guess you're right.
It's better to murder everyone.
What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath.
This laughter is just grand.
So, what kind of writing experience do you have?
I have the experience where I stab people and write with their blood. Just pour the red bucket onto the paper. And I print out vinyl.
My teachers only accept blue or black ink.
Wait, what?
My teachers only accept blue or black ink.
Wow, what a nerd.
Yuri stares at me blankly.
Yes, I learned to write by printing out the words in vinyl and using the negative space and then pouring blood all over the vinyl and then lifting the vinyl so that it forms words out of blood.
Alright, are you paying attention, Alexi? This is the reason I was able to tell.
Yeah, what's up?
I keep waiting for something to happen.
Yeah.
It's just that there are specific writing habits that are typical. And having been through that, blah, 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 I think the most noticeable, blah, 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 blah. In other words, blah, blah, blah. The end result is that blah blah blah. Finds her train of thought as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone. She sounds like an expert.
Like Jack.
Okay, that's not something you can be blamed for.
Yeah.
There are so many different skills and techniques, not just finding them, billing.
This is so dumb.
Natsuki, blah blah. Biased, how? Well, never mind.
Did you read Yuri's poem?
I haven't read anything. I mean,
Zero
other
part-
than just this
Well,
stuff.
is it? Oh, she's gonna finish. Doctor, I get a terrible pain in my eye when I drink a cup of coffee. Try taking the spoon out.
That's a good one. I'd love to share my thought process. I'm gonna just read every fourth slide or something.
If it
Aloud.
says skip, then you've seen all of this stuff, right?
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
Alexi,
if it
here's
says
Oh, here's
skip,
the
then you
poem.
can skip it.
here's
Huh?
a poem. Here's a poem.
What's up, Duncan?
If it says skip in like the little text box under, then it means you've already seen like that stuff, and you'll skip until you hit the stuff that you haven't seen before.
Got it.
Oh, okay. So, Ghost Under the Light. Her handwriting seems a little bit different this time, or is that my imagination?
Your imagination. That's what I'm going with.
All right.
So read it.
Shut up. I'm sorry.
Okay, so go ahead.
Jackass.
Anytime now.
Stop. Why? Okay. The tendrils
Anytime.
of
I'm sorry, that's the last time I'm gonna do that. Go ahead, read. Commence. Make it so.
You better shut up.
I'm shutting up.
Put your glasses.
Go ahead
Put your
now.
glasses on.
Alright, go.
Stop it.
Go.
Okay. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. Yes, why not taking a shower? It must be this one. The last remaining sheet light to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. Why is it sickening? Why is it not like bright neon? That's weird. I bathe. Calm, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. So she's a ghost!
Is that like... Oh, flicker back.
I mean, I
I
don't
was
know.
like, flick her back.
Yeah, sure.
Flick her the bird.
Flip toward the bird. You mean flip the
I'm
bird?
sorry I have such terrible handwriting.
Flip the
What?
bird.
I wasn't thinking that at all, but it took you a long time to read.
Yeah.
That's right, because my dad kept interrupting me.
Yeah,
Well, I just
I mean-
don't read scripts very often.
I mean, well, I actually don't read cursive very often, and that's calligraphy.
And,
so,
and
yeah.
Alexi, you actually think her handwriting is pretty.
I mean, yeah, calligraphy is nice and all. It's just like,
Eh?
because of how like not often I come across calligraphy, I have a harder time reading that than I do chicken scratch.
Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems.
That's fine.
Not at all.
Excuse me.
Really glad you like it.
I'm really-
Oh, you know what the ellipses are?
What?
They're William Shatner.
Oh my god,
breaks.
dude, you gotta read these lines
I'll
like
be
you're William
honest.
Shatner now.
Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose.
There you go.
Are you into ghosts, Yuri?
I should maybe.
Hoo-hoo!
Well, it depends. What do you mean by into ghosts?
What is
You mean
this?
She's inside. That's hillbilly laugh.
Hoo-hoo!
That's who let the dogs out.
Arsenio Hall. Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Alexi.
Oh,
Really?
Really? It's
I must
about a
have
person
totally
that I
missed
brutally
the
murdered.
point. It's funny. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
they usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture.
No playmates, Jack. Crazy.
That's Bob Ross's job.
What?
In this case, perhaps
Yeah,
the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost.
Oh, dude, we watched Bob Ross in GP today.
Did you?
Yeah.
Sweet.
So my GP teacher, right? Mr. Vogel just said, like, yo.
What a dude.
Yeah, what a dude. He was
It's
like,
nothing really.
I think there were a couple people in the class that did not know who Bob Ross was. And I was like, this is absolutely blasphemous. Those were not my exact words, but that's what I was thinking. And so he legit, for the like last few minutes of class, just put on Bob Ross for people to watch, and then like skip to the end so we could see what the end result was, and it was one of his like typically photorealistic paintings.
Now we're down to Natsuki.
Yeah, sure.
This is
Her
where
eyes
the
are gonna
eyes blow
explode,
up.
right?
I hope.
Okay.
Ellipses.
Doesn't-
Ellipses?
Duncan, doesn't Natsuki like?
Hey, look at. Oh, there they go.
Ah, there they go. Goodbye.
Yeah.
There we go.
Alexi, if you're not going to take this club seriously, then go home.
Okay, I'll just go home then.
I'll step on your eyeballs.
And that
on
was
way
the
out.
end of that game.
That's what? What?
All right, so Natsuki's eyes exploded.
Harsh. You're harshing my mellow. What?
Just one step took me out
You
of the
expect
ghetto.
me to believe that you actually put
Yeah.
effort into this?
Get it?
Do you think I'm stupid?
No, I don't.
I'm
I
not
think-
a writer.
Oh,
Wait,
did
what kind of comeback was that? You think I'm stupid?
hold
I'm
on,
not a writer.
Dad.
Huh?
Did I tell you about the part about Natsuki? How her appearance is very misleading.
The part about where her appearance is misleading?
Yes.
Was she like a 60-year-old man?
No, better. Than,
Natsuki.
not quite as good as that.
Okay.
She looks like she's a first year, right? Or a freshman.
Mhm.
But she's actually 18 and she's just malnourished.
Is that why her eyeballs came out? Her muscles weren't strong enough to hold them in her head?
No, that would be because she, in the time-space continuum distortion, space literally just appeared exactly in the area of her
Yeah,
eyeballs.
She's getting pretty steamed.
And so the negative pressure forced her eyeballs to explode out of her head.
Painful to think about it. Ellipses. Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway.
Is Natsuki telling us to get
Fair
good?
enough. Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, well then.
You guys gotta share mine now. Knowing you, you'll probably think it's stupid.
All right.
Yep, you're right.
I'll read it.
Alright, go ahead. Oh, you
Wow,
just
shit.
clicked out of it,
I'm
dude.
sorry. Oh, wait,
We
no.
will never
I right-clicked,
know
I
what
right-clicked.
she
I'm
has to
sorry, I'm
say,
sorry.
ever.
Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly. People can try, but that's about
That
it.
is by far the dumbest poem I've ever read. So,
How dare you?
I'm joking.
I'm kidding. And,
I
like,
mean, I'm actually.
it's. I
maybe
mean,
I'm
it's
joking.
not
I don't
much.
know.
It's like. I
Yeah.
mean, there's some for everybody,
I
right?
told you that you weren't gonna like it. Well, you were right. I mean,
Natsuki.
you're very perceptive, Natsuki.
Hey, one good thing about being a pessimist is you're either right or you're pleasantly surprised.
Why are you so convinced I wouldn't like it? Well,
Because she doesn't like
everyone
you, but
here
that
has to be
means
all
she does like
sophisticated
you.
and stuff. So people don't take my writing seriously. But
She really does not have the mannerisms of an 18-year-old,
well, right. I mean,
like ever.
she's like an anime.
Well, yeah, but like the other girls, I could see being a little bit more mature, but Natsuki just sounds like a 12-year-old. Like, seriously.
Like I said, her
So
eyes
Duncan,
gonna blow up again.
what? Do her eyes blow up
Right.
again?
I don't think so. I think that's the only time.
Oh, okay.
All right.
It was
Isn't-
brief too. It happened fast.
Yeah, it really did.
Yeah, it was really short.
Alexei missed it, I think.
No, I caught it.
You caught the tail end of him.
Yeah,
bouncing
I
around.
saw the eye just flying out of her head. Like, oh, there he goes.
There you
Saw
go.
that, like, that eye had a mind of its own. I was like, oh, good. It was like Zero, what was it? Zero from Kirby.
Yeah. Whew. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated.
Anyway.
It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities, even if their dreams are nice.
Oh, yeah, Duncan.
This is literature after all.
Isn't there a part of the game where Natsuki cocks her head to the side and breaks her neck?
I think so.
Yeah.
Could be wrong though. I don't know.
All right. Well, guess what, man?
Yeah?
I have contractually fulfilled my contractual obligations contractually.
All right then.
The eyeballs popped right out of the head.
Are you done saying contract?
No, I think I'll say it 2 or 3 more times.
All right,
But
just do that.
Point still stand.
don't you want to take the helm?
I don't, but I will.
Yes,
All
yes. All right,
now
well,
it's
I've got-
your
I've
turn
got
to
a
pick
bolt.
from the joke book.
No,
I'm
I
gonna-
have to bolt, dude. I'm
Oh,
at my
right.
hour mark.
Okay.
So anyway, good talking to you guys.
Oh wait.
See you around.
It's no, we did start streaming at like 7. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be here for a couple more
it's
minutes.
7:10 on mine. So
Oh no, so we're done.
yeah, we're done.
All right.
All right, see you later. Mike.
I'm sorry, Duncan. I have failed you.
It is okay.
All right.